come off the rig ready to work. You know, taking full advantage of your PPE, wearing your firefighting gloves, mastering your equipment. Again, you know, I could sit up here and give the safety dance and, oh, you got to wear all your stuff so you don't get hurt and everybody goes home. That's all true. I think you know that. But again, has anybody ever been half-assing it in a hallway and had their helmet get knocked off and be going, ouch, ouch, my ears, trying to fix your helmet or fix your hood or something like that in the middle of the hallway and not doing your search or not putting the fire out because you're screwing with your PPE because you didn't wear it right? I don't know if you want to raise your hand, but I've done that. And I've had somebody go by me and take my line and put my fire out because I was screwing with my hood. And you know what? Never happened again. So I can look at that from two different ways, right? I can give you the safety dance about why you ought to do it so you're safe, but I can also give the wear all this great gear that we have the right way so that you can do your job, so that you can make it down a tough hallway, you can make it into a hot room, and you can be the one that gets the baby, that finishes the search or puts the fire out. You know what I'm saying? You know, number one, I don't want somebody else to do my job for me, but especially, you know, in this environment here, there's nobody else to do your job. You know, so you got to make sure that you're dialed in coming off the rig like that. Wearing your firefighting gloves, why am I such a stickler about that? About 2 months before I was starting the academy in DC, I went to a fire on the rescue and I was riding OV. And most of what I'm talking about in this program, you can pretty much know that if I talk about it in this program, I'm talking about it because I used to do it the wrong way. Right? This is not like how Nick Martin's always been like this super successful, dialed in, right-minded firefighter. Like, you know, I was I was screwing up on a lot of things for a long time, right? And so I come off of the rescue at this fire, don't have my gloves on, and go up and I take a window, and next thing I know, I'm looking at blood spurting out of my wrist and all this white stringy stuff. That's tendons, apparently, right? And you can still find the scar right here on my wrist, laid myself right open in the first 30 seconds of this fire. Right? In the instant, the OV firefighter was out of service because, I mean, there's nothing else I'm going to be able to do on this fire right now. I have an arterial bleed. You know what I mean? The next thing that happened was I almost lost my job with the district because I was about to have mobility issues with my hand and they weren't going to take that liability for a new hire. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when you come off of the rig, you ought to be doing something, whether it's forcing a door, pulling a line, or throwing a ladder. And if you do that something without your gloves on your hand and you break your finger, rip your fingernail off, or cut your wrist open, you're pretty much done for the rest of the fire. You know, now with 50 firefighters around me in the District of Columbia, we could maybe work past that. But when that happens here, that's 1/3 of the firefighters on the scene. You get what I'm saying? There ain't no, like, think about the selfishness involved in that, you know, if you don't wear your stuff the right way so that you can stay in the game, 1/3 of the team is out of service. You know, what are they going to be able to do with that? You know, so that's kind of why I'm such a big stickler of that, right?